And good afternoon, good evening, podcast world, and especially our friends out there on Facebook. How's everybody doing? Tina, say hey.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining in.
All right. All right. As always, we got a special guest, another one of our very, very special guests with you this evening. I'm sure you'll be entertained by this segment. Millie, we're going to read your bio, like I told you earlier, and then we're going to jump right on into it, let you tell your story.
Wonderful.
All right, everybody, let's welcome Millie Scott. She's one of the hottest vocalists around. Her talent, energy, and experience place her in the top ranks of today's vocalists. Her elegance, sophistication, and vibrant personality project from stage and video screens alike, making her performances truly electrifying. Millie's distinctive, powerful vocal style stems in part from her early musical experiences in her hometown of Savannah, Georgia, where she sang in her church choir at age 6. Upon graduating from high school, Millie's desire to further her musical career prompted a move to New York City, where she became a contestant of the famed Apollo Theater's amateur contest. Her talent was quickly recognized, and she began touring around the world. Millie's tremendous vocal talents gave her the opportunity to form her own group. This group toured around the world with various well-known artists. Millie Scott delighted music lovers in America and abroad with her first solo album, Love Me Right, which features two hit singles, Love Me Right and The Lifting Soulful Every Little Bit. Millie gets numerous opportunities to show off her interpretive skills. The jazz-infected Don't Take Your Love, written by Detroit's own Michael Powell, one of the producers of Anita Baker's hit album, Rapture, and features a guitar solo by another Detroiter, Earl Klugh. Millie expanded her international following with her second album release, I Can Make It Good For You.
All right.
I hear that. Which features her version of the Average White Band's A Love of Your Own. Ooh, I just heard that again. It offers a soulful menu of music, combining her best elements of gospel, rhythm, and blues, pop, and jazz music. Millie Scott is poised to let the public know what music biz insiders have long been aware of, that she is a remarkable, expressive singer, equally at home with a wide range of musical style. The success of Millie's first and second albums helped to develop a very strong following and enthusiastic responses to her concert tours of Holland, Scotland, and England. Millie is an entertainer whose talent and personality makes her unforgettable.
All right.
And that is the truth.
Me.
Welcome, Millie.
Hey.
I'm so happy here with the two of you, two of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
Ooh, I'm glad to be on that list.
You guys are pretty awesome. Thanks for having me here.
We thank you for agreeing to be on here with us.
Oh yes.
And so right. And so what I want to do is that you got a lot of stuff going on here, and as we talked earlier, I remember some of your performances.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just go back to the beginning, because I find it interesting. So you raised in Savannah, Georgia.
I'm born and raised in Savannah, Georgia, where I sang gospel music mostly. I went to church mostly. I've been singing since the age of 6. I used to lead prayer meeting. I've always liked to sing. And even in elementary school, I sang in a little choir we had. And then when I went to high school, I met our band director, who was Bobby Dilworth. He had a jazz band that played at a nightclub every Friday and Saturday. But I'm a church girl, so he wanted me to sing with his band.
Uh-huh.
But I was too young, and he asked my mother. I think I was in 9th grade. I'm not sure. He asked my mother, could I sing with them? It was all jazz music. So, but it had to be a chaperone. I had to have somebody there with me that was older than I.
Mm-hmm.
So mother would go one weekend, my dad would go one weekend, my sister would go one weekend. I sang jazz music, but I really was too young to be in the nightclub. Then my church got a hold of it. I was a member of a Happy Home Baptist Church in Savannah. They got a hold of me singing at the nightclub. Mm-hmm. So my mother said to them, how did you know she was singing at the nightclub? Come to a couple of deacons in the club. You know?
That's right.
He sang. So that I've got all that history. Then I moved, I graduated from high school. I was supposed to go to Savannah State College in Savannah, but I decided to go to New York where my sister was to try and further my music career. So I went to New York that summer, and I tried to sing everywhere I could to be heard. And I heard about the Apollo Theater, the amateur hour at the Apollo Theater. So I signed up for it. And I didn't want them to boo me or throw anything at me, because in that day, they used to throw eggs, tomatoes, whatever. If you're awful and you can't sing, they would throw stuff.
Right.
So I went on 125th Street and Lenox Avenue, rounded up everybody that I knew from Savannah, Georgia, had them come to the Apollo the night I sang. And as soon as they said, I was Mildred Vaney then, they said, Mildred Vaney. And I came out, the whole place screamed, because I had all my hope there. So
that's right.
I would have won first place, but I won second place because there was a guy there that did James Brown.
Okay.
You know where you fall on the knees and they put the cape around you? He stole the house.
That's right.
So I didn't win first, but I kept trying. And that's where I kind of started my professional music career in New York City.
Okay. And I mean, you know, James Brown. James Brown. I
You
mean,
can't beat James Brown.
You can't beat James, but not with the cape.
Yeah.
Not with please.
That's right. That's right.
It's a man's world.
Right.
Right.
And you know, something I want to mention too before we go any further, you know, to our audience. Normally we play my cousin's song at the beginning, Dance All Night, but today we played Millie's song. We played Every Little Bit.
Don't you ever stop. Every little bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
You. All right. I love it.
I love it.
So you did Apollo, you stacked the audience.
Well, I had to do that.
Yes, that's right. So what was that experience like though, being on that stage?
Oh my God, so amazing. I mean, you come out, you touch a tree for good luck. You do your song, you hope somebody's in the audience can discover you, or some of the people backstage, all kind of big stars would be there for the amateur hour trying to scope out new talent. So you just want to be heard. I was in a maze. I'm a country girl all the way in New York City, trying to make it happen, you know? So it was quite an experience, and I never will forget it because I played the Apollo many times after that as opening acts for different groups.
Okay.
So that was a springboard for me, you know, right there.
All right.
And the owner of the Apollo kind of fell in love with me and my group that we had, so.
All right. Well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a little bit nervous, but more wanting it to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
I've never really been afraid to take a chance, but really wanting and praying for it to happen. You know.
Wonderful.
Right. And I'll say this for people listening. Oh, we lost you, Millie.
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
Your camera.
Okay, so what do I do? Let's see.
It should be a thing on there with the camera X'd out. Just click on it.
Let's see, X out.
Got a picture of a camera. It says video. Because they know you're still there, but we can't see you. And so while we waiting on you to tell your tech support to come on in there. Yeah, I'll ask you this question while we doing this, getting this together. Because, well, now you gone. Are you there? Oh no! Oh no!
Right.
Well, while she's getting tech support to straighten this out, we'll chat with the audience. I mean, an important thing for us to learn from her story about the Apollo is that it don't matter where you're from, as long as you use the smarts that you got, you can overcome an obstacle. Because who would have thought somebody consider themselves a country girl would have had enough sense to round up some people. To stack the deck in the audience.
I love it. I tell you.
Yeah, there you go. She connecting back. And
hi guys.
There you go.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I
don't know what happened.
You probably touched something inadvertently.
Well, you know, now I'm a grandmother, and my grandson called me. I'm on my phone with the interview. He called me, and all I could hear him saying was Nana, Nana. So I'm a Nana now too.
and that's what knocked you out, him calling, because it'll do that to you.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And so
where were we?
Right. I was just saying, and I went on and spoke to the audience that it's amazing that you, a country girl, had enough sense to round up folks to put in that audience.
Oh yeah, because I'd heard about the Apollo. Now I did my research, and if you don't sing well, even though you could be a good singer, but if you don't pick the right songs, if you don't sing well, they will throw eggs, tomatoes at you. And I was not about to have that because I thought I was cute.
Amen. You are beautiful.
I didn't want my outfit all messed up, so I for them to cheer me on, and I appreciate every one of them. I mean, they had no problem coming down. It was great. Afterwards, we went and had drinks and toasted. I mean, it was great. It was just great.
All right.
Yeah.
And so so you was telling us how you was telling us how it was how you enjoyed the experience, and you weren't nervous. You were just basically excited, right?
Excited.
Yeah.
Very excited. The whole event. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you said from there you started touring, and so how did that?
I got a group together. The group was called the Crayons. It was 3 young ladies. We were very colorful, and we did well a little while, and then that group broke up, like girls do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I formed another group called the Glories, and that's when we toured. We went around the world. We were in the Far East like 9 months. I mean 9 months, and Japan. I went around the world like 2-3 times.
Okay.
2-3 times, different places, doing military, singing for the troops, and that was a great experience. That was a great experience.
Yes, yeah, and so. I can't imagine. I mean, because my cousin, he told us about his experience going overseas. How was it being away from home that long?
Well, we were making money, first of all. And at that time, I was not married. Excuse me. I was not married. My mother and father were still living. They were in Georgia. So I had no one but myself, so I could tour. It was no problem traveling. It was a great experience. The military was marvelous. The brothers were excellent to us. They wouldn't let the white guys talk to us. I mean, we were there for all of them, but the brothers just took over. I mean, they embraced us. It was just, we were treated so wonderfully, and I enjoyed that experience. That was a great experience for me. It was really, really wonderful. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You got a question?
Yeah. What about this? The gospel singers.
The gospel singers.
Yeah, I did Pilgrim gospel.
I did gospel before leaving Savannah also.
Oh, okay.
I think I sang with a gospel group called the Pilgrim Female Gospel Singers. Mm-hmm. And we sang all over locally because I love gospel first. I really do.
Yeah. But
I did the other thing for experience and to make money and to travel and everything. Mm-hmm. But I love gospel music. That's why I enjoyed so much singing with the Queen of Soul, because Aretha was absolutely awesome. She was a gospel singer from more than anything else.
Right.
Soulful singer, and great time.
Your phone must be ringing again.
Latifah.
When it rings, don't answer. Put it on. You can put it on there. No, don't put it on airplane.
I don't know what to put it.
No, you just don't answer. It'll knock you. It'll always knock your picture out.
Can I put decline?
Yes, hit decline. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because what it'll do if you answer, it'll knock your picture out, your video out. It'll
you know what? I think my grandson is trying to get in this interview. This interview.
I don't blame you.
He keeps trying to get in this interview, darling.
Right. And we're gonna get to Miss Aretha.
Okay.
But I wanted to make that statement, follow up on what you just said. If it wasn't for the church, we wouldn't have many singers.
That's right.
Today.
It all starts with the church. But you know what? I enjoyed prayer meeting. My mother used to make us go to church all the time. But I enjoyed prayer meeting because you got a chance to express yourself. Mm-hmm. You got a chance to give thanks to the Lord.
Yes.
And it was amazing to me. That's why I enjoyed it.
Yes.
It's part of real history, music, I mean, I just love it. I love it. I love gospel. And that's why I sing in my church choir every Sunday, because I love that.
That's right. Ooh. That's right. And we love hearing you sing.
Yes, we do.
To God be the glory. I tell you.
Yeah, because we know when we see you up there, we finna get something special.
Yes, we do.
So we appreciate that. And so I don't want to skip too much, but we want to make sure we get as much in as we can. So I know, especially back in the day when I was out there clubbing and such, did you used to do a little bit around the city?
Well, you know what? After leaving New York, I think this was in '74. I moved to Detroit from New York City. Otis and Melvin, the Temptations, was managing the group I had, and they moved us to Detroit. So we sang around town. We toured with Engelbert Humperdinck for 2.5 years here in the city, and we toured with Al Green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
That was quite an experience, I'm telling you.
I know.
And after that group broke up is when I went to hear Ortheia Barnes sing at Doug's Body Shop here in Detroit, a local club. And I was sitting in the audience, and Ortheia would always bring the mic around to different people to sing. You know, can you sing a little bit for me? And she brought the mic over to me, and I sang, and everybody was screaming and hollering, and we told her to join up. And she said, stage with me. And I got up on the stage with her, and we sang some more. I mean, it was just like magic.
Yes.
So I went to see her again, and she passed the mic. So she said, you know what are you doing now? I said, well, I'm kind of taking hiatus right now. I'm not with anybody. I'm not doing anything. She said, do you want to try singing with me? I said, I think it'd be great because I don't know any two duo women performing, and she and I started. She had been at Doug's Body Shop 6 years before I started singing with her. And then we did another 7 years there together. Wow. Then we went to, which was on 8 Mile Road in Detroit, the Down Under, which was downtown. And we sung all over the city. And we had such a great following of people who loved us and who come see us. We had church people come. We had gospel people come. And whenever they come see us, we would make them sing. And so everybody wanted to come see us because you didn't know who would be in the audience or who would see us, So we had just a hallelujah good time, even in the club, blessing folks up in the club. Up in the club.
I'm loving it. Your life is so exciting.
Watch this. Since you're saying that, I'm kind of mad because y'all didn't pass the mic my way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was in the club early. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the good old days.
Yes, it was. We enjoyed it. So, and so you did. I know you said that. I'm looking here. You. So y'all called yourself Cut Glass, right?
Cut Glass. We had a record out. We had a dance record out that was like Without Your Love. That was like 5 on the dance chart. It really did good. And Ortheia and I toured like San Francisco, California, New York. With that record, it did really well.
Yeah.
Well,
and I truly miss Ortheia because Ortheia was a wonderful person.
Yes,
absolutely the best person in the world.
Right,
yes.
Right. Yeah. And I'll tell you this because you probably don't know, but they got this thing called Mixcloud where they and when the pandemic started, I started playing music out on Facebook, which they didn't like, and I do it on there, and so I had rediscovered some of your music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had started playing it on there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you play the Did you try that? Play that record?
Which one? No. I'm going to play that one next Tuesday.
Oh, wonderful!
Probably next Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, great!
You done started playing your stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but I played every little bit.
Okay.
And I think I'm trying to remember which one. Love Me Right. I played both of those about 3.
But don't abuse me, baby. Hold me tight.
Yeah.
I'll just walk away. All right.
Yeah. Dude.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Right.
Look, my millennial was like, dang, that's a hit.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, we still, even being reintroduced to those songs is a joy.
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing like back in the day.
Ain't nothing like
back in
that old school.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we let's talk about this whole Aretha Franklin thing. How did that come about?
Well, Aretha was well aware of everybody that sang in the city who could sing. Mm-hmm. And she invited me and my band, because I started when Ortheia and I broke up. I had my own band and my own group, and we would work different places. And Aretha hired us for a private party. Okay. And she fell in love with us. And later, she asked me to sing with background with the group. And I've been with her. I've been with her since for about 17, 18 years. Okay. So I did background with her, and that was an absolute joy and quite an experience. And I will never, ever forget Aretha. Never.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. She's absolutely the best.
I already know.
You know, she was
I've loved her for the longest.
That's right. They didn't call her the queen for no.
They ain't call her the queen for nothing.
That's right. She's the one and only queen. The one and only queen.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So that was a wonderful experience, because I got to tour all over with her, and I did TV and I did commercials, and we did a Pepsi Cola commercial with her. Papa, 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 papa. So every time Papa, I said, well, all right. Hey.
Girl, you land me down.
Oh my! I got to do a lot of things with Aretha, and I appreciate it. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Years
those are fun. Those are fun memories. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Without a doubt.
Really, your life was so exciting.
Oh yeah. Well, I thank God for this life. You know.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And so you are extremely visible singing gospel. So what I know what the answer is, but I just want you to say it definitively. What is your preference? Style of music?
Which genre of music?
Yes.
Oh, well, no doubt it's gospel. I love gospel. I love jazz. I love R&B. And it's got to be gospel though first.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know that when you sing gospel, you put a little jazzy flair on it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it all gels together. All of it is together anyway. I mean, it's music, you know, and music is universal. It's whatever you know. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
So I feel it in gospel. You feel it in jazz. You feel it in R&B. You know, I love it.
That's my cup. I'm drinking out of. Without music, life would be flat.
Flat as a flounder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, would be. It would be nothing without music. I mean, come on.
It would not.
Right. And so, yeah. Oh, what? It's look, especially in our community.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And getting a lot of people through the pandemic too.
Right. Well, you know, as you mentioned that's why I started playing on the internet.
Okay.
It's because I saw so many people playing R&B and hip hop.
Yeah.
Mostly hip hop, but nobody was playing any gospel music. And, and so the Holy Spirit put it on me to play gospel. So we were playing gospel music like every day at 4:30.
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm sad because it's getting a lot of people through this pandemic, and we are going to get through it.
Right.
It is by the grace of God that we're still here.
Yes, without a doubt.
We're here by the grace of God. Yes.
You can do nothing without him. You're right, Millie.
Right. Exactly.
You had another question?
No, right now. Right.
Okay, well then right now I'm going to ask you, we're going to transition just a little taste before we get back into this. The show is Things My Mother Never Told Me. Mm-hmm. And as we spoke a little bit before we got started, that's the question we ask all our guests. So I'm going to take this time right now to ask you, is it something that you've discovered over your journey that your mother didn't necessarily tell you or prepare you for?
Well, you know, a lot of things my mama didn't tell me because she was an old-fashioned girl, a Southern girl. And, you know, a lot of things were hush, hush. But I knew about them anyhow. So, but, you know, it's a lot of things. She never told me how to actually put yourself first. You take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else. Because if you can't take care of you, then how can you help anybody else? Yeah. So she tell me that, but I know that to be so.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes you don't have to say nothing. You just know things, you know, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, my mother would let me go out at night but she told me what time to be back. My daddy, who was left to my father, he would never let us go because he was very strict. Mm-hmm. But my mother would let me go. But if she said come back at 9, I was back at 5 minutes to 9.
Okay.
Because I didn't want her to get in any trouble or me to get in trouble.
Right, right.
Okay. So some things she never told me, but I kind of just know she wanted me to find my way, and I did.
Yes.
I'm still working on that, so that's where that is.
You have brothers and sisters?
Basically didn't tell me to take care of myself, but hey, I know that now that you must do that before you can help anybody else.
That's right. That's right. Answer that again.
Yes. Do you have any brothers and sisters, Milton?
I have a sister that passed away 8 years ago.
Okay.
It was just 2 of us.
Okay.
Okay. We got just a comment. They said, thank you for sharing your gift with us. So,
oh my God. Yes. Thank you. Whoever that is, thank them.
Hey. Miss Deborah Walker.
Deborah.
Yeah, okay. one of my friends from school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. She said you a true blessing.
Well, thank you. Thank God.
Right. So go ahead. So, but yeah, it's funny because the item that you selected, I think 2 other people, I remember we talked earlier, I thought it was one, but it's 2 other people did say that. And one of them, they learned the hard way about caring for yourself first. They got sick.
Oh.
And luckily, they survived it, but they ran themselves in the ground, so busy trying to take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
And not making time for their own safety and health. So
yeah, this is true.
Yeah, that's a real good lesson.
So now listen, I want to ask a question. So how long have you guys been doing this podcast? Because I absolutely loved it. How long have you been?
We started, our first episode was July the 12th or somewhere around there last year.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be coming up on a year anniversary in July. Brandis know better when we started because the first episode we did, it was just us and Brandis sitting around talking, and we didn't broadcast it live. We wound up, posting it out on the sites, and then from there we went live with every episode after that.
Well, you guys are doing a marvelous job. It's growing, it's getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just so thrilled that you asked me to be a part of it, just to talk about the good old days. And
well, some folks, even at our church, if those that are viewing in the church, some of the old heads, we know stuff that you were doing and stuff that you're still doing. Some of the young folks just know you Mildred Scott, who sing in the choir.
Right.
Now they're gonna see different.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I really miss when Pastor Jay had jazz night.
Yes.
Because she was a lover of all kind of music. She loved jazz, she loved gospel, and she was a great woman of God. And the fact that she had jazz at the church was absolutely wonderful. So people got to see a different side of your music, what you love.
Yeah.
So I really miss that, and I miss being in church with the choir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully, when all this is over, we can come back together again, and I think that's going to happen. But we must be obedient and do as the Lord says. We must love each other.
Love each other.
And stop all the foolishness, and He will heal the land.
Yeah.
But until then, it's going to be chaos.
A hard head make a what?
My mom say that, but I never knew what she meant.
I wonder if that's in culture tag.
But that's an old saying, but a true saying.
It is a true saying, and most of us didn't know what it meant until we found out.
Exactly.
We
pray that we return soon, and we pray that the Lord heals the land, and we pray that we continue to love each other, and we pray that your show gets so big till it's you can't even get on the show. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But I will say that the true blessing has been that even when we have a hard, because we still have a list. When we started the show, I had a list of probably about 20 20, maybe 30 people who I wanted on here.
Uh-huh.
And we still haven't, now this is episode 39, I believe.
Okay.
And we still haven't gotten all those people on.
Oh, you will.
Right. Well, the point being is that we have friends and acquaintances who have shared their friends and relatives with us who are doing things that allow us to not have any real gaps in presentation.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then
so
people like yourself.
You're big, you're gonna have me back as a co-host.
Well, we'll try to work that out
from this show. Look,
right,
still alive, so it's like, well, can you come to the, we want you to entertain at this party.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? We want some live entertainment.
Right, right.
And live entertainment ain't dead.
That's right. Coming back. It's coming back.
Yes, it is.
It is. You still got a lot of living to do.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing for sure, if you can sing, you can sing. That don't tend to leave folks unless they get sick. But other than that, you can sing.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Sing. If you can sing.
Yeah. They got to remember that. Not sing. Not sing. Yeah. You got to be able to sing, as we say. So now you did a couple albums, and you did, like I said, you did a blend of music, gospel with R&B, pop, jazz, and so I asked you what your favorite is, and you really So what would you classify yourself as? Just a singer, and not any one genre?
Not any one genre. I don't want to be put in a box because right now, if somebody called me to do jazz, I'm ready to do jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I want to put some jazz stuff together. I'm working on that now. I'd like to do a variety of stuff, music, I'm not a rapper. I won't be doing any rap, but my grandson can rap.
There you go.
Yeah, he can rap, but I'm not a rapper. But
that's I would love stay in your lane, girl. That's
right, but I'd love to do some jazz, some jazz.
Right, I hear you. And hopefully, there's opportunity to work on those like collaborations with some of the younger folks or some of the folks that ain't so young.
Yeah, I'd like to collaborate with some people. Before, I did some touring with Earl Clue also from Detroit. He's from Detroit.
Right, yeah.
A lovely hotel in Denver, Colorado with him. Each year he would have a jazz fest.
Mm-hmm.
And for 2 years he had me out in Colorado, and it was a blast.
Okay.
It was really, really wonderful.
Right.
So Earl is like a brother to me. So let's just keep him in our prayers. Would you do that for me?
Yes. And maybe I'm a little out of touch. What's going on
with Earl?
Yeah.
He's still playing, but just keep him in.
Just keep his prayers anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Indeed. Cool. Right. Yeah. And we'll do that because we play on because I do a gospel show on Sundays, old school on Tuesdays, and then jazz on Thursdays.
Oh, wonderful! I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I've been playing him. Matter of fact, he's in the rotation for one of his songs tomorrow that I'll be playing. Yeah, yeah, and probably one because see what I do is if I got somebody who can sing, and they got the certain flair to the music has a certain flair to it.
Yes.
Then it'll slide into the jazz show.
All right, slide it in.
It'll slide into the jazz show. So we'll probably be throwing one of yours in there tomorrow.
Well, every little bit works in any genre.
Yes, it does. It does.
So it's mid-tempo, so it'll very easily go into jazz or go into R&B. So just put it in there, baby. Put every little bit in there. For me.
I ain't got no problem with that.
I'm telling you, because I was listening and bopping and dancing to videos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I tell you, I was just telling Damon, I was like, that little Janelle Monáe, I think she was watching Mildred's videos.
Oh God.
Because she really reminds me of you.
I like her a lot. I like her a lot.
Then, and y'all got that black and white flair, and I said, look at her. She, she wears the wild hair sometimes. I told Damon she done toned it down since she's been doing these little movies lately.
Yeah, but, she's a very good actress too. She's a very good actress.
Yes, she is. Yes,
and that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, and I loved it. And I'm just telling you, her style was really seemingly was like yours. And I just told him that earlier today.
She sure is.
Who you you never know who's looking at you. So you just do your best every time, you see.
Right, right.
You know who's admiring you. And they're playing a lot of the videos on YouTube of my old videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because I've been watching them. Yeah.
all right. All
I've been
right.
watching them. That's what I'm saying. I was out there. I said, look at that sexy butt out there on this. Girl, you was sexy and you was just singing. And I was excited. I'm telling you, I got up, I was snapping my fingers and dancing to the rest of it.
Okay.
So, right. So one thing I want you to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of our folks have heard about it, but what is the difference in how you received overseas as opposed to in the States?
Well, you know, it is a difference. I mean, because we went overseas and we were not that well known in the States, but over there, when we got to Germany, they had billboard signs. I mean, it was just people everywhere. When I did London, England, I played like all over England, and every club I played in England had my picture all over the whole club.
All right.
That is amazing.
That's different. They just love you. They mimic you. They love the American music. They love Motown. They just, it's different. It's different from the States.
Just appreciate you so.
You appreciate it more overseas than you are in the States. I don't know why.
Right.
But that's
because I know I've heard stories of artists going over like to Japan. And the song or them playing the music and the song is in English. Don't nobody speak English.
They don't speak any English. They're standing in the venues. They're singing every word you say.
Yes.
But they don't speak English.
Yes.
So they love you. They're not seated. They're standing. They're in standing vineyards. When we go play these vineyards, they're standing up. They're singing.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't speak. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Right. I don't understand, but I mean it needs to be more of that here. But you know, we know where we are.
Yes, we are.
I don't know. We think we the privileged now. Look, we're like.
So if I can ask, I don't know if you know or you don't know. What do you have planned, or do you have anything planned right now, upcoming?
Well, I'd like to do some more recording. I really would. Like I said, I'd like to do some jazz because I've never sang jazz on a recording. I'd like to do some of that, and just continue singing. I want to continue to sing. I can still sing, and I'm still here. You know.
That's what I'm talking about. So, man, when you did your second album,
I'd like to record a jazz album. I would.
Okay.
You did your second album with that release I Can Make It Good For You, and you featured the Average White Band song, A Love of Your Own. That was a hit too.
I love it. And I like the Average White Band. You cannot believe they're white boys. You cannot believe it.
No.
Right.
They're so good. They're so good.
Yes. Yeah, they special.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you have to ask them, or was it just a compliment to them that they was doing your song? So how does that happen?
You get permission to do somebody else's song.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or get sued.
But that's one or the other.
And you chose that one. You said
you don't want to get sued. You don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Because I know. When my cousin was on here, he was on in December. I don't know if you know him, and our name is Hassan Watkins, and he had wrote a song back in '83, I believe. Uh-huh. And him and this young lady, he met this young lady by chance in a restaurant, and they recorded the song and never thought any more of it. And somebody contacted him and said, "They are playing your song overseas."
Wow!
And so he had to wind up suing.
To get his rights
to get right, and even then, because you know how it is that they got lawyers and they got money and you don't, so he had to take a smaller percentage than what he really deserved to get something.
So they actually stole his song.
They made, you know how they do, they make a few changes and then put it out as their music.
Oh my God! Well, you got to. Every time they sample James Brown's music, and every rapper in the world has sampled James Brown at one time. Right. Big Payback. You got to pay every time you sample the Big Payback.
Right.
You got to,
yeah.
You know, and it's on every rapper's album almost. But you know you got to pay to use it. You can't just take, you know.
Right. You know what they think, what they figure is that we'll do it because it's like when they did a Maze's song and it just became a gigantic hit. They didn't care because they said, okay, we'll pay you. We got our money.
That's what I understand when you do it. You got to pay.
Yeah.
You can use it, yes, but you got to pay. Yeah.
Right.
They have rights. It's copywritten that they wrote it. You got to, yes.
Right.
Indeed.
Right. And so that's why the service that I use to play is the reason why I went with it. A friend of mine told me about it. But it's because they say they pay all the artists whose music you play,
yeah.
they get a royalty from it. So you know how royalties are. I don't know how much they are, but if you play enough, they'll get something. So
exactly.
Yeah, because when you do on Facebook, they ain't getting nothing.
So your music is on Facebook. Your station is on
Facebook. No, I don't do it on Facebook anymore. We started on Facebook, but before I found out what the problem was, everybody puts this thing out here saying, I don't own the rights to this music. They always put that disclaimer, but that disclaimer doesn't mean anything because you still, even if it's copywritten music, the artists and the writers still are entitled to their share because you played it.
You played it, yes, right. Indeed.
And so Facebook would constantly kick you off. And when I found out about Mixcloud, then I moved over to Mixcloud.
Oh, so that's where okay. I'll have to listen to that. Yeah,
it's right. So I'm on Mixcloud now, and so they say they do the royalty now. If they're not doing that, then they're gonna hear about it.
Yeah, indeed.
Because that's what they're telling us. Because we have to, it's not free for me to do that. I have to pay for it.
Right.
But as long as folks are getting their due, then I'm fine. Paying the little monthly fee. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not us, our cousin. He's still getting paid though.
Yeah, he's right. Once he got his thing done, he's still getting paid.
Yeah, because they still playing.
They say they still playing the song over there.
Go, cuz.
Yeah, he said for almost 20 years, it was a TV show that was using his music as a theme.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So he still gets a check every now and again in the mail.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, but it's the idea that some people are not going to try to pay you. You just have to be sure. It's a good thing that people hear and let you know what's going on, so you can get what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what did you have right there?
Right.
Did you have another question?
No, not right.
Well, this has been a blast, guys. I mean, I've enjoyed it immensely. I love it. I just love it.
Right. So what I ask you, Millie, is there something that you want to share with the people listening that we may not have talked about or that we did and you just want to emphasize it, that you want to share with them?
Well, some young person that you can help get into the business.
Right.
Well, it's the pandemic right now going on, but
I know.
Keep the faith. If you're talented, do not take no for an answer. Believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And trust God.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And I do absolutely love both of you. Thank you so much for having me.
We love you. Thank you for being on here.
This has been a great experience.
I'm just loving you. And like you said, we will be playing that music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Be playing your music. And don't be surprised if you're going to be invited to do some work.
All right. Should I leave them my number?
well, look, probably because listen. It's a couple people want you to sing a little bit before we let you go.
Who is that?
I have no idea, but Brandon just said, it's some of them new prospect people.
I don't know. Let's see.
What do they have on there?
Just said a couple people asking for a little song.
Be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will take care of you. Beneath his wings of love abide. Ooh, God will take care of you. Ooh.
All right.
There. Thank you so much.
I love you. I love you. I love you
guys.
Love you.
It has been so amazing.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you at church soon. Hopefully we'll be back together.
Hopefully be soon. Well, you know, this Sunday I'm supposed to come in and do the announcements and prayer. But
okay.
I can't wait until we open back up.
I cannot. I miss the choir so much.
Yes.
You know, we all do. We all do.
Right. I mean, where the ensemble is holding it down.
Well, we're holding it down. We're doing our best. Thanks to Brother Newbie and the band, and we're holding it down, you know?
Yes,
all right.
Yeah.
And so
plus a styra is at the helm. Yeah.
Thank you guys. I love you.
Oh, we love you too.
All right.
Tell that grandson we said hey.
I shall.
Yeah.
All right.
Husband too.
All right.
All right.
Take care, Millie.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Oh, I love Millie so.